today's video is called consistency. So just a little story about the importance of consistency and why it is essential if you want to achieve things. So if I just rewind back to 2016, the end of 2016, basically it wasn't a great year for me at all. I won't go into any details because I'm over it, moved on, but it was a very, very testing time for me personally. And at the end of that, I walked away with very little. So it was a time where I had no savings, my self-esteem was really low. I'd let my business kind of slide a little bit. I hadn't been doing videos or marketing or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, whatever happens to me in my life, whether I'm doing therapy or training, I will never let what's going on in my life affect that whatsoever. I learned that at BT. There was guy, he's one of my heroes, if you like. He's a director at BT called Ron Jackson. And I remember I was on a management experience program when I was a lot younger, and it was about the next kind of generation of managers that are going to run the company and lead things forward. And we got to meet some great people. And I remember doing some training with him. And the guy was amazing. And what he taught me was the ability to, whenever it's important, to just switch on. To be able to switch on, to be able to deliver, to be able to kind of, whatever's going on in your life, when you're at work or whatever you need to do, it's the ability to really switch on and smash it out of the park. So, got a lot of respect for that guy, and he taught me an awful lot. Anyway, so 2016, very, very difficult year. Left me, like I say, with no savings, nothing, self-esteem really low, confidence really low. But being the person I am, I never go up. So what I did in 2017, well, it gets even worse. I actually, at Christmas 2016, I fell over in the ice and I dislocated 2 ribs, fractured 2 ribs and collapsed my lung. So it was really, really bad. Went to hospital and everything else. I didn't realise how bad it was at the time. I just knew when I breathed, my ribs were moving up and down. Went back to the doctors because it wasn't healing. I couldn't run, I couldn't train, do anything in January, which I love. And he said, oh, you've collapsed your lung and this has happened. So I was shocked. I was like, well, I wasn't told this, anyway, I was still walking and everything else. But the point of the matter is, it doesn't matter where your starting point is. So for my starting point, it was back to, not being able to do anything and rebuilding. So 2 years later, just over in January 2019, so that was 2017 as I was coming through from 2018, is in just 2 years later, I'm in a position where I pay my mortgage off, I've got a new car, business is good, everything is good, my confidence is good, everything around me is good, but it's taken 2 years. And the message I want to get across to you is 2 years is the magic number. So 13 odd years ago when I started this journey into hypnotherapy, in fact I studied it a lot longer, I've been studying it since early 90s, mid 90s, NLP. But when I actually did it for real in 2006 and decided to do the job proper, when I first started, people had a real struggle to kind of understand, what I'd done. They were like, you were national project manager at BT, you had loads of money, it was a great job, da-da-da-da-da. Now you're doing what some of my old rugby friends called a girl's job. And nobody took me seriously at the beginning. And what happened after 2 years, people then took me seriously, and all these people who kind of said, one thing and another, then asked me for help. And the 2 year period is really, really important. So the video is about consistency. And you can do a lot in 2 years. The problem is with goal setting and everything else, people think you can do something in a week, you can do something in a month, blah, 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 change your life. You can, but it's very bitty. In order for you to make a real change, you need to be consistent for 2 years. And the only reason I bought myself a new car is because I've been consistent for 2 years. So I feel I deserve it. I live life very frugally. I don't waste money on things. And for me, it's about when I want something, I'll save up for it and I'll buy it. So that's why I've done it. So the message is what I've learned is, and the other thing as well is, before the 2 years is what happened to me in December, is I've started doing all these, I've been writing for media outlets, so for the Red Top newspapers, for Glamour, Cosmopolitan magazine and one or two others. I've been chatting to The Sun today, the Mail Online and people like that, and I'm doing quotes and articles for them and stuff like this. Something I've been working on for a long, long time. And in December, having done this for about 18 months, I was thinking this is never going to break. There were bits where I was supposed to do this, supposed to do that, a bit of TV work, a bit of this, about that. Nothing came into fruition, nothing at all. So December, just before Christmas, I felt like giving up. I was like, 2 years, what is happening? Why with all this focus and hard work, why is things not, things are not happening? So anyway, just decided for Christmas I'm going to switch off, just enjoy Christmas. I'm not a big fan of Christmas, but I thought I'll just sail through Christmas, not focus on work. I'm going to keep doing what I do. I'm not going to give up working, but I'm not going to focus on the outcome. Anyway, really weirdly, I had no articles published in any single media outlet, magazine, newspaper, nothing. And then I checked my email on, I think it was the 2nd of January, boom, Glamour magazine. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we published your article over Christmas. Then another email, boom, Small Business magazine. Oh, we forgot to tell you, we published your article over Christmas. So all the time that I was worrying about things not happening, things were getting published. And now it's pretty much, every other day I'm getting an email saying we published it here, we published it there. It's a lot of work, don't get me wrong. I've written, nearly 100 articles. So, and there's 18 months of graft gone into this. This is not something you can do easily. But my point to you is, whatever your goals are, the important thing is, even when you're feeling bad, just keep going. Because, the reality is if you give up, you're going to stop trying. So it's all right to give up on the outcome. And that's what I found. That's why I believe in the law of attraction, because that is about letting go of the outcome. You put the work in, you visualise it, you feel it, you focus on it, and then you let it go. It's like the Buddhist religion, it's about you kind of intend and surrender. So you intend for something to happen, and then you surrender it and leave it out there to your faith. So, and whether you believe in that or not, scientifically, it's great because you're not worrying about things. You just relax, and as you relax, things tend to happen a lot more easy and a lot easier. So my point today is about consistency. So what I'm saying is, whatever you want to achieve in life, it's important that you, firstly, like I did on the goal setting videos, plan, do, review. It's something I learned at BT that we used to do. You plan what you're going to do, you do it, then you review your progress. Then what you do is you change your plans if you've not achieved what you want to do. You take the next action, then you review it again. So plan, do, review. It's really, really important. If you keep that consistency, whatever it is, whether it's a sport, whether it's getting fit, whether it's losing weight, whether it's earning money, changing your job, finding the perfect relationship, changing your social circle, buying your perfect car, whatever it is, if you focus on just doing those things and you keep going, after a period of about 2 years, you'll get to where you want to get to. A lot of things, I've got like 24, 25 goals, 26 goals I have every year, and they change, and once one's added, I tick them off, and just tick the car off. But if you just stick with those, eventually all those things will happen, and they will all come to fruition at their own time. But consistency is the key. Never give up. Always let go of the outcome if you get frustrated. But all the little bits, all the small steps and the big steps, keep doing those without thinking. I don't even think about the little bits that I do. I've got a kind of a routine that I get into, whether it's writing stuff for the media, whether it's doing the marketing for my courses, doing the content for my courses, putting things on different places to advertise, email lists, videos like this. I just do it consistently, and I don't get into a sweat about it. I know this is my job. This is just the nuts and bolts of what I do. And if you can do that for your life, I guarantee within a period of 2 years, if you're coming from nothing, you'll achieve whatever it is you want to be, that new identity, that new thing. It's not an overnight thing, forget about all these overnight magic things. They just don't work. I've tried, in my younger days, I've tried them all, and I've known people who have tried them, and they just don't work. Life, if life was that easy, everybody would be a millionaire, everybody would be successful. But the reality is most people nowadays are unhappy, lonely. As I saw today, chatting with a journalist from The Sun, they're prescribing tablets for loneliness now. It's just crazy. We just live in a world where people are focused on symptoms and sympathy instead of looking at the root cause and then putting the work in to craft a personality that's more robust to deal with life. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Love your comments and feedback, and if you think anybody else would get something from this, please share it far and wide. Okay, I'll see you on the next one, and take care guys. I'll speak to you soon.